And joining us now is the man himself, Shantanu ji, who's joining us in Washington, D.C. today. And the film Ajey is written, or inspired, I should say, from the book that he's written on Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath of Uttar Pradesh. Shantanu ji, welcome to Washington, D.C. And first things first, how are you liking America?
I think this is my third visit to America. Nice. This time I came in a better weather. Last time in January it was chill, cold in East Coast. Yeah, I think it's lovely.
So tell us more about the idea to bring this film to America. I mean, to take it abroad. You're going to UK after this. You've sort of getting feelers from other nations too.
Yeah.
So why America and why Washington DC?
Ankur Bhai, Rohit Bhai, I wrote in 2017 the book, The Monk Who Became Chief Minister. The book became instant hit. It went to all the literature festival, and then I started getting calls from the Harvards and Oxfords and US of the world. And later in a couple of years, I did a search in the WordCat where you can find which library. I realized my book is there in US Official Congress Library.
Nice.
It's in Oxford, it's in Stanford, it's in Cambridge, it's in like 80 libraries across the world. So, and then we started talking that can it come on a big canvas. In 2022, I came with the second book, The Monk Who Transformed Uttar Pradesh. I did a 13-city tour of US. And that time, I got invested. So my producer is from California. He's an Indian guy, he's an NRI. And he invested in the movie. And then my like 7-8 inch, 130-page book converted into a 2 hours, 20 minutes movie. And as soon as the movie became quite a hit, got quite amazing reviews. Let's say Vijayendra Prasad, who has written a story for RRR and Bahubali, father of Rajamouli, you know what did he say when he saw the movie in Hyderabad? Then I'm feeling jealous of these boys. I could not have written a better script. Oh my God, that's like a Indian Oscar for me. And we started getting feelers from a lot of people in US, Indian community, the people who organize my shows, my book tour, that okay, the movie is not playing in many theaters. So I thought I'll go and watch with a lot of community leaders. And I think this 10 days, almost 2,000 people will watch the movie. Very important people of Indian community, temple heads, and other community leaders will watch the movie. And then now the other screenings have also started happening without me. And I'm talking to them on Zoom and bringing actors on Zoom. I think this is a very different kind of movie which is getting popular by screenings. There are more than 100 screenings of the movie that happened. So commercially, it did what it did, but it is doing amazing by the screenings.
You know, for Americans, you know, who probably would not know much about CM Yogi, I'm not talking about NRIs. I think all the NRIs obviously know who he is, his impact on Indian politics, Uttar Pradesh and all that. There is the population of Uttar Pradesh is much higher than any state in America, even if compared to California, if it's the biggest, or Texas. What can Americans learn from his life and his story?
Like you're right. Many a common American might not be knowing a chief minister of a province of India. But if you see the Twitter feed line or Insta feed line of Yogi Adityanath, you'll see every 10 days some ambassador is meeting him. That's not the case with other chief ministers. So people are watching. He's a leader in the rise. He's only 53, 54. He must be the strongest CB in the world. Tell me a politician who is 19 years in the national parliament, 8 years heading a state which has a population of 240 million and is still 43, 44 and still 53, 54 and extremely popular from north to south, east to west. So for Americans, I think the one unique thing they will get to know that how a priest who's in Bhagwa, what is the value of tyag? That tyag, I think tyag and sacrifice, I don't know how this country understands. So they will realize that selflessness cannot be taught in a laboratory on a Harvard course. It has to be lived, which he's lived for this 20-30 years. And that we have shown in the movie, and that is being manifested in how Uttar Pradesh is being run. So a lot to learn from him, I think.
And what are you picking up from people who are seeing the film? I mean, there are plenty who've read the book.
Yeah.
What are you picking up from people? We've seen this houseful screenings in California, right here in Washington, D.C. What are people telling you? What are they coming up and telling you about the film, about Yogi ji, just in general?
I think 2 or 3 things, feelers I'm getting. First, I think most of the people are telling that we came because we respect your work, so we respect Yogi ji. So out of like kind of obligation we came, but by the halftime they say, oh my God, we're glued to the screen. It's like a Bollywood film. And I told them that I need not add any masala because his life is so challenging that we just put that life into screen. That's all. Second thing they're saying, when is the second part coming? So part 2 is getting anticipation already. And through a channel, I'm looking out for investors, whoever ready to invest for the second part. we'll start the shoot tomorrow.
Before I let you go, one last question that's on everybody's mind. You said he's 53, he's 54, pretty young. What role do you see Yogi Adityanath, the CM, playing in India in coming decade or 2 decades or so?
That's a lovely question, and as I rightly said, he must be having the strongest CV across global leaders, not only Indian leaders, as per his age and experience. And I'll give it to Narendra Modi that in last 10 years, he has created a battery of leaders who can take on the realm in the post-Modi era. And there are 3 criteria. They should be like under 60, around 60, so that have 10-15 years of politics left in them. They know electioneering, they can win election, and they know administration, they can run government. And someone like Amit Shah, someone like Yogi Adityanath, someone like Devendra Fadnavis, Hemant Biswa, Smriti Irani, Annamalai, Desi Suresh, create a battery of leaders of all age groups. And whenever the post-Modi era come, I don't know when it will come, like Sachin Tendulkar will decide when he'll retire, he looks fresh and young. But whenever that era will come, Yogi Adityanath will be a power to reckon with.
Chandraji, thank you so much for speaking with us. Good luck with the film. You're getting great reviews, and we hope to have you back soon on the show again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rohit.
So, Ankur, what's the reason you wanted to bring this movie to people here in America, especially here in Washington, D.C.?
So, as a Hindu in America, there's a lot of disparate views and different strengths. And ek aadmi jo Yogi Adityanath is in what he's done in UP, and as this movie is portrayed, bringing people together. He says unity is strength. And I think in our community, in what we're facing now, this movie came along. It came to my table. It was only 1 week, 6 days to get it together. And when I reached out to the community, I was also worried that how are we going to do this. Then everybody started coming together. The purpose of this movie was fulfilled, and in just that 5 days, we were able to sell it out and bring it here, and it was a fantastic movie.
Looks like a big success. I mean, what's your biggest takeaway from the film?
My biggest takeaway from the film is that it's strength is unity, and together with our people and our community here, and in India and Bharat, and together, as I can say, Jai Shri Ram, I think it's Hindus are stronger together.
And your views about Yogi Adityanath ji? I mean, what do you think future holds for him?
Look, he's if I've learned anything from this movie itself, anything is possible. And he battled the mafia in UP, and I've been going to UP. I'm from UP since I was a boy. I've seen myself how the culture has changed there, how it's become a safer, cleaner atmosphere. And he's a yogi who's a corrupt government, and now he's taken it over. And with Modi ji, and his future is bright. I think he can pull it off. He can become the next Prime Minister of India.
How did you find the film?
Oh, it was thrilling. It was extremely inspiring. I've always read about Yogi ji, but it's always nice to see it in action. So really, really enjoyed the movie. I wish I would have brought my kids. It's always nice to see where the focus is on politics in this era. Politics is for serving people, so this movie really reiterated that.
What is your biggest takeaway from the film?
Again, politics is for serving. I mean, I always believed in that, but I think this movie is one of those icon, right? So if anybody thinks politics is for playing politics or just doing the policies, I'll say no, actually the mission is to serve people. And as long as you keep that as a core and center of that thing, then you can't do anything wrong in politics. I hope more politicians will see this and embrace that mission.
Thank you so much, Rebecca.